much to someone else, to me it was tremendous, once again, validation and interest on the part of others, women, the world of women, to take notice. So as I'm talking, you, I hope, begin to sense a individual, myself, who had to constantly reinvent himself. I wasn't given a predictable or popularly formulated course through life. And so my finally winding up in with the love of my life being of another race and culture is kind of a metaphor to my finally becoming an artist. My father wanted me to be an engineer, and I was all for it. I dug that kind of stuff. Or we won't go into into a myriad other interests I had, but they were let's just say traditional and viable, or made sense in terms of what one could pursue and have their life make sense at some point, or just at the end. But to be an artist, that's an outrageous statement to the world, to oneself. It didn't come about easily, and as I say, it's consistent with the love of my life being Ellen, because I guess you have here someone who just does not ask for permission and ask the world to interpret my heart and tell me what should I do, kind of thing. And it all works out well. That's all. But as Elle shared with you, we met in art school. One day, and I have developed this proclivity or kind of personal interest in setting poems to memory. Vast and extended poetry. I have a lot of good things to think about and talk about to myself when I'm standing on a line at a bank as a result. And so the only one of these poets that I actually met, I met at the School of Visual Arts. She came to give a talk, and I'll never forget it. And then afterwards, she gave me some compliments on some art that I was carrying and that kind of thing, and it meant a whole lot to me. But that person's name is Nikki Giovanni, and I want to share with you as I sum up. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
What I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count the therapists. I have so many therapists. When I was very little, though it's still true today, the sidewalks in Lincoln Heights were not paved, and the house we have on Jackson Street was right next to a sewer and a bus stop. A sewer that never really became offensive. But from that sewer, one day, a little kitten with one eye gone came crawling out. Though she never really came into the yard, but just hung by to watch the folk. My sister, who was always able to act effectively, started bringing milk out to her. Well, my father would only say, don't bring him home. And every day after school, I'd rush home to see if she was still there and if Gary had fed her. Though I was never able to bring myself to go near her. She was so sweet and so hurt and so singularly beautiful that I knew I had nothing to give her to replace her one gone eye. And if I had named her, which I didn't, I'm sure I would have called her Carol. Nikki Giovanni. Thank you so much.